Hello everyone, it's Rachel back again with another amazing video from Makers Gonna Learn, your ultimate die cutting community. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about car decals. We're going to be creating some with regular adhesive vinyl and with print and cut. We're going to be using a really great brand of printable vinyl to share with you how you can create so many different types of car decals today. Car decals are without a doubt one of the most popular projects to create using your Cricut. They're super easy to make, they really don't take up a lot of time or money, and they're really easy to ship if you're fulfilling orders for your business and things like that. If you enjoyed this training today and you want to level up your crafting with your die cutting machine, click the very first link down below and we would like to offer you a membership with Makers Gonna Learn for only $1. We love this trial membership because it really does help those of you on the fence on joining membership. Get your feet wet and see what there is to see at Makers Gonna Learn. You can download 20 cut files or fonts from our website. You get to choose them. That is only 5 cents per download, which is an amazing offer. Definitely check those out and see what there is to see at Makers Gonna Learn. We would love to welcome you as a part of this community. We'll go ahead and hop into supplies that we're gonna be using today before we go into Design Space and share with you how we designed all of our cut files. First things first, we have our printer here. This is a Canon inkjet, a Canon Pixma TS8120. This printer has been discontinued, so we will link a comparable one down below. However, printer prices are a little bit crazy now, so any inkjet printer that you have will work great. This is one we've had for years and we really do love it. You're also, of course, going to need your Cricut machine. We have our Cricut Maker 3 on the table here, and this is going to help us in today's project. Next, we have a cutting mat. Here is a light grit mat from Nikapa brand. It's really good. We really like this brand. So we have this light grit mat along with some scrap vinyl here. This is Decals 651, although you can use whatever type of vinyl that you want. I'm going to go ahead and place this in the top corner here. And our next tool is going to be a brayer. We really like our brayer. It does a great job at adhering this vinyl down onto our mat without scraping anything. Since this is a glossy vinyl too, we do want to be careful about that. Now I want to go ahead and mention a few words about this type of vinyl. A lot of you guys think for car decals, I guess I need permanent vinyl. Is that correct? That is not correct. So there are a lot of different types of vinyl. There is removable, there's premium outdoor, there's permanent, there's glossy, there's matte finishes. Really guys, there is not a lot of difference between all these different types of vinyl, especially when it comes to adhesive. The adhesive on standard vinyl like Decals 651 is very, very good. There is very little difference between this and, let's say, Starcraft permanent vinyl. You can use basically whatever kind of regular adhesive vinyl you have. It should work great. Don't get caught up on what type of vinyl you have, because really guys, as long as you cut it, weed it well, and apply it down professionally, it's going to last a good long time regardless of the brand or the type. Now I did say regardless on the brand, it does need to be a good brand. Don't be getting any vinyl from the Dollar Tree and slapping that on your car. It's not going to last very long. So make sure you do have a good reliable brand, but this one, Decals 651, is going to work great for us today. So that's what we have on our mat. And then I already mentioned my brayer here. We also have our scraper tool, a true control knife, a weeder tool, and a measuring tape. So all these are very important. Believe it or not, the measuring tape is the most important thing in this entire project. You have to measure your car well. So whether you have a big SUV or a truck or a little sedan, you have to measure it super, super well in order to make sure your measurements are accurate, that you'll have a really good bumper sticker or just car sticker. You could have these and place these on anywhere in your car. So that's something to note as well. It can go on your glass, it can go on your bumper, it can go on your back windshield, your front windshield, wherever you want it to go, you can place vinyl on. You just have to make sure you're going to measure it well. So these are the tools that we're going to be needing today. And the printable vinyl that we're going to be using today is Decals brand. This is a really good brand. We have done some comparison videos on different types of printable vinyl, and this one definitely came out on top. We absolutely love it. It is water resistant, which is amazing. So you really don't have to do much to this. You just print it, put it on your car, and it will last a long time. Now, it's not going to last as long as the regular vinyl will, but printable vinyl really will give you the opportunity to have better, more colorful, more you know, very particular styles of designs, whereas regular vinyl is like one note, one color, things like that. So you can print on this and be able to use it. Now here's the deal, guys. You don't have to seal this with anything. You don't have to do any extra work for this. This is already water resistant, permanent sticker paper sheets. It's very durable. This is really good stuff. And the thing about it is, if you have a garage, if you have a carport to pull under during the nights or during the days or things like that, that is definitely going to help the longevity. A lot of people are like, well, how long does this last? The shelf life of these types of vinyls on your car greatly depends on where you are in the world, what your weather is like, how, you know, the sun beating down on it, things like that. So if you're somewhere where it's really humid or really rainy, that of course is going to probably peel that sticker off a little bit sooner with all that water. If you're somewhere super dry and super hot and sunny, the sun will dim the colors. It will go ahead and fade those colors quite quickly. I would say a couple of years though, honestly, 2 to 3 years for both of these, which by that time you might want to take them off and revamp the stickers anyways. They come off super easily though. You can get a Cricut tool or something like that and just be very gentle peeling it up. Sometimes it will peel up by itself. You could use some things like acetone on your glass and things like that, not on your the actual car paint, but you could use that on your glass. Goo Gone is a really good one if you guys want to use that. So I'm trying to give you all the tips and tricks in this video to be able to do this successfully, or heaven forbid, if you have this and you lay it down on your car and you feel like you misplaced it or you wanted it, you know, to be at a different spot or whatever, you can take that off easily. So these are the papers that we used. All of these amazing supplies will be linked below for you all, so you can click and put these in your Amazon cart and be able to create this right along with me. As for our car today, that will be represented with this glass block. So these are super popular for Christmas to fill them, but this is going to represent our car. Now, if you're using a back windshield piece, it will be flat like this, which is going to be super helpful. So this is what we're using to represent our car today, is just a glass block. But of course, you will need to go out there, measure twice, cut once is always the rule with this. And our secret weapon is our rubbing alcohol and paper towels. Now, it is absolutely positively key in this project that you make sure your glass, you know, your windshield or your car paint or whatever that you're going to be applying your sticker to is very, 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 very clean. You want it to be super clean. If it's like dirty, like with dirt and you know, really gross, go ahead and like wash it. Get a paper towel or a rag with some soap and water and wash it. Make sure you wipe it dry and then use rubbing alcohol. There could be dust, oil, dirt, I mean bird poop, honestly anything from the outside elements could be on your car. So you really want to get this nice and clean. Add some rubbing alcohol to it. We find these little pump bottles. We have found these at the Dollar Tree, although they're really hard to find now. So we have some from Amazon that we think are really, really good quality that we use more often. So yeah, go ahead and make sure you clean your windshield or your car paint, your bumper, you know, wherever you're going to place this, make sure you clean it super well. And what this is going to do, guys, it's really essential to this project lasting a long time. This is going to remove all the dirt, the dust, the debris, the oil from your fingertips, all the nasty stuff on your car. You want to do this right before you apply your vinyl. Like, you want to be out there ready with your vinyl and go ahead and clean it, then apply your vinyl. You want your car to be as slick and clean as possible so that that adhesive on the vinyl has a really good, clean, slick, you know, not greasy, not oily, not dirty surface to stick to. So the more of that adhesive that can stick straight onto that window or that car, the better and longer your decal will last. So that is key in this, guys. So we went ahead and wiped ours down and got it nice and clean, but that is the key here. Now, the next most important thing is measuring. You want to measure your car. Now, normal car decals can be anywhere from 3 inches to 24 inches. I mean, if you want it to go, you know, over your entire windshield, or if you want it to be, you know, a little bit smaller, the best thing to do is go out there with a partner or a friend or something like that. Take your measuring tape and, you know, say, okay, 8 inches, place it on your car and say, hey, does that look big enough? You know, would this be a good size for a car decal? The thing about car decals are, when you're there and you're measuring it yourself, you could be like, oh, 3 inches, that'll fit great. But let's picture you want people to see this. If someone is behind you, let's say 10 feet back at a red light in a car, they're not going to be able to read something that's 3 inches. You want it to be much, much bigger for them to be able to read it. I'm not going to give you guys specific measurements on anything because each car is so different and each spot on your car is so different. So definitely make sure you just measure, think about how big it needs for other, how big it needs to be for other people to be able to see it well and things like that. So do think about that when you're going out there. Map it all out. If you need to get some masking tape, you can get some masking tape and tape it out and then walk back a couple feet and then look at it and be like, okay, that looks pretty good. I can make it about that big, that wide, that high, things like that. So definitely take your time when measuring these. You want to do a really good job. And for this one, let's just say we're going to make ours 5 inches. 5 inches by 5 inches is what we have to work with. Now we are going to be cutting a couple of these out, but we're only going to be transferring one because they're easy to transfer. They're just transfer basically the same way. So we're going to be making one out of vinyl and one out of printable vinyl. So now that you have that measured and we have about 5 by 5 to work with, we'll go ahead into Design Space and share with you how we came up with these great cut files to use. All right, we have 3 really adorable different files that we can create today for car stickers. Now we have thousands of cut files and hundreds of fonts to be able to choose from. And if you want to grab that dollar deal today, you can choose these fonts and these files we're using today as your files, as a couple of your 20 total files, and be able to create this right along with me if you're not already a member. We have this adorable dog mom cut file, which I love. I cannot wait to get this on my car. We also have this. This is actually a monogram. So we have a lot of monogram fonts here, and we have just created this beautiful monogram. And the next thing we have to do, you can weld it. It's already attached. That's amazing. And these are pre-sized already. I took the time to size them. So this one is a little over 5 inches by 3 inches. This one here is like 6 inches by 5 inches, and this one I'm gonna size right now. So we know we have about 5 by 5 to work with. Now this is gonna be super difficult to do if you have a car, because a lot of times we say you need to put the dimensions of your blank into Design Space, but that's really hard to do when you don't, when you can't put the entire dimension of your back windshield in Design Space. So you have to be super mindful that you have 5 by 5 to work with. So we're gonna take this and size it down. And this is right at 5 inches by 4.5 inches, and this looks really good. So this is the one we're going to be cutting today, and then this one we're going to be cutting out of printable vinyl. One thing I want to mention is the importance of having this in sticker form. So as you can see, there is like a white edge around this. We have a lot of our print and cuts like this on our website, and the importance of this is because you actually cannot use transfer tape with this printable vinyl. So whatever you cut with this needs to be able to peel off like a sticker and be easily placed on your car. Now, if you wanted to, let's say, make this a print and cut, let's say you want to change this to a blue color. If you wanted to make this a print and cut like this, you would need to add a white background on it, because you cannot simply cut this out, because there are little pieces like the mom here and of course all the little paws that would need to be peeled up and placed on your car, and you can't do that without transfer tape. Or at least you wouldn't want to. So the remedy for that is to go up here and click offset. And we're going to create an offset for this image. Just like this, we're going to click apply. And now we're going to click that offset image and click contour and click hide all contours. And now when you go out, you have this perfect little offset here. We can change this color to white, and then we can take this and flatten it, and boom, there you have a perfect car sticker that you can print and cut. So that is the remedy there. You want to make sure all of the print and cuts have a little border so that they can peel and stick super easily. Now these are the 2 that we're going to be creating today. We've sized this one, and we're going to be able to place these on our quote-unquote car, which is our little piece of glass block here. So we can go ahead and press make it. And we are using our Cricut Maker 3, so it's going to ask us if we are using a mat or if we're not using a mat. And we are going to use a mat today. So now we can go ahead and press continue. Now we will be changing different material settings for this. This material setting will be regular vinyl. We're going to give that more pressure because our blade is a bit dull today. And then for this one, we are going to select printable vinyl as our setting. So remember that material setting, printable vinyl, and this one we're just going to leave at regular vinyl. Now we're going to place our mat into the machine and allow it to cut out. Now we're gonna press unload. And now the first thing that we're gonna do is trim off the excess. So I can see right where I've cut. So I'm gonna trim this off just like that. And now you can remove the excess vinyl from the mat, flipping it over. You guys know how we do. And now we're gonna burnish. You guys know the importance of burnishing your adhesive vinyl. And now we're gonna weed this up. This is super easy to weed today. And now we can weed these little bitty pieces inside the letters. We also get a lot of questions on, can you place vinyl decals on the inside of your car to be on the outside? And the easy answer and the best answer is no, you really do not want to do that. And the reason being, if you wanted to place one of these inside your window, you would first need to mirror it. And then most people's windows are tinted, which means you wouldn't be able to see it very well anyways. A lot of people think that it'll make the vinyl last longer, but really it kind of defeats the purpose of having a car decal because you can't really see it, which is super sad. Also, you cannot have vinyl, printable vinyl decals on the inside of your car. It's just not possible. So that is a hard no, you can't do that. And this one is really not suggested to do on the inside of your vehicle, to be facing out, just because really it doesn't look as good, and since it's tinted you can't even really see it. Now, one supply I forgot to mention, and I do apologize, is transfer tape. We like to use the Cricut brand transfer tape for our car decals. We like that it's clear and it's pretty sturdy, especially if you are going to be selling these. You really want it to be good quality transfer tape. So we're going to take this and trim it up here. And now we can just remove the backing here from our transfer tape and place this down. You do the taco method. Pick it up like a little taco shell and then lay it right down. And now you're going to take your scraper tool and scrape from the center out. And it does help if you can get straight with those grids on your transfer tape. Mine are a little off, but the straighter the better. Now you're going to flip your mat over and remove your material from your mat just like that. And we're going to burnish from the back once again. And now the next thing I like to do is trim. So I like to trim off all of the excess from around my design. I like to get super close to my design. It's going to help me to place this more accurately. So I always like to do this. So once you have it like this, you can set it to the side, and now we will work on our printable decal. Okay, so now we're gonna click send to printer, and as you can see, it's gonna show up right here, and we're actually gonna do a little bit extra today, and we're gonna click use system dialog. What this is gonna do is allow us to click print, and then we will minimize this Cricut screen here, and we will have these amazing printer settings that pop up, and we can change the quality from normal to best. We want a really good quality print here, and now all you have to do is press print. Okay, so here it is printed, and now we're just gonna place it onto our mat here in the top left corner of our mat, just like that. We're gonna go ahead and use our brayer to make sure that's good and stuck on there. And don't forget, guys, we changed our material setting to printable vinyl. I gave it a little more pressure because our blade is a little dull, and now we'll go ahead and load it into our machine and allow it to cut. And now this one is so easy to remove. Now we're just going to take our True Control knife and cut the excess paper here, because you can reuse this. Some printers can have half sheets of paper, so go ahead and load that into your printer to use again. Or you can actually tape this to a full sheet of cardstock and trick your printer into printing on that half sheet of paper. Now all you have to do is take your weeder tool here and weed this. And it's so easy to weed. It just peels up just like a sticker. Just like that. So easy to weed. So once you peel that off, you can just remove the excess there. And this simply peels up like a sticker, guys. It's so easy to use. You can go ahead and take this out to your car and just peel it up just like a sticker. just like that. Just peel it up, place it on your car, and you can have this for years to come. It is beautiful. We love the way that printable vinyl turns out. It also looks really good on darker tinted windshields as the white really pops. So this is, we love this Decals brand. And now for applying this down, we have our sticker here. And what you're going to want to do is, I usually like to pinch from the front, and it folds that paper down and allows me to grab onto that transfer. We like to lay our transfer down and peel the backing off like this. We're going with gravity here. Peel this off. Beautiful. Now you can bring your car window in and you're going to place this right where you want it. My biggest tip for you guys is to have someone else with you to be able to be farther back on your vehicle to tell you if this is even and straight or not, because that can be a very tricky process. It's really easy for me to place something straight in a little square like this, but if you're talking about a huge windshield, if you're placing this in the center above your brake light or something like that, you want to make sure all your angles look good. So definitely have some help with that, but we're just going to take this and place it down. And once you like where it's at, just go ahead and drop it. And then you'll take your scraper tool and push from the inside out. And again, do not forget, do not miss this step. We have cleaned this with rubbing alcohol. It is nice and clean. You can rub this with your fingers to make sure it's good and adhered. And then you can peel your transfer tape off. So we're peeling straight back just like this. And as you can see, it's transferring beautifully. And that is how easy it is to make and apply car decals with your Cricut. So easy, so beautiful. The possibilities are endless as far as colors and sizes and things like that go. We really love the way this turned out. I hope you all enjoyed this amazing training today. I always have a lot of fun teaching you guys the things back to the basics, if you will. We really enjoy that. If you love the free content we have here, you will love our membership. Click the link below to grab it for $1. We're having a fun trial membership where you guys can have some special perks and access to some things in the membership to really get your feet wet and see if this is what you want to do, if this is how you want to invest in yourself. We really hope you take that deal and you enjoy it. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to get notified about more amazing content that we post. Leave us a comment if you like this video. Let us know, are you going to make a printable decal first or a vinyl decal? I can't wait to hear what you put on your car. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.